You have the opportunity now. It's really all about basic communication skills. Asking some really good questions, listening to the answers, and then taking the time to think through the whole business process of everything that has to go on to make your project successful. And if you do that, I think you'll make a difference in your projects and your own personal careers, and you will stand out, and stand out for all the right reasons in your company. I'm going to take a few questions if you have any. They've given me a couple more minutes. Yes, sir.
What happens when the therapy that's needed is upward?
You know, you have to be patient. I will tell you that my journey in getting some people to do the right thing with training took 2.5 years. I had conversations about what I thought they needed to do and why. I made what I thought was a very eloquent, persuasive conversation, and they told me no. And I said, okay, I'll do it your way, and I think it's going to fail, and here's why. And at the end of it, we went back and we said, you know what? Didn't quite do it. This is why. After we did that about 4 times, my boss said, well, if you think you can do it any better, you take it and do it your way. And I did, and we did, and it changed everything. So it really is about taking the time to educate those people around you, because it's kind of new thinking. So it's taking your time to do that, and you're not going to win everybody all the time, but figure out ways to educate the other people around you to enable them to make the right decisions, and then you support them. Because you know what? You'll know that the idea came from you. The guy or the lady above you will know it came from you. At the end of the time, it's not going to matter who's going to get the credit. You're going to shine, because eventually they will transition. Because you know what? If they don't turn the project around, guess what? They're probably not going to be the higher ups much longer anyway. Does that help? Yes. What other questions do you have? Yes, sir. I missed the back half of that.
Where does leadership fall into the equation?
Well, I think it's 2 things. So the question was, where does leadership fall into the equation? One, I truly believe that individually I'm a leader. And you charge me to do the right thing, and you use everything I bring every day and all my experiences to bring you the right situation. I also believe that basically most leaders want to do the right thing. I just have to figure out how to work with them and how to give them the information they need to know in order to make the best decision that they can. But it's you standing up on your own principles, finding out who else you can influence, because sometimes it takes a little bit of a mob mentality. It's 10 people saying the process is broken to get them to fix the process. So you make your ideas, you figure out what you think it is, and then you go look at validating it with cross-functional people, with peers, with other people on other projects to be able to make a difference and make that case to management. Management may also open some doors to some things that you don't have the opportunity to see that's causing them to act in a certain way as well. So I think that enables you to have a conversation with your leader in a much different dynamic, because you can't see as far down the path as they can. But you owe it to your career and to yourself to be the best leader you can be and to impact the place in the best way you can based on your knowledge and based on the knowledge of others. And sometimes it takes us being wrong. I've had great ideas that were really bad. But they were only really bad when I was willing to listen to somebody else give me their perspective. And while I was all gung-ho about my idea, I had to be willing to step back and go, you really got something there. Maybe that's the way I ought to do it. That's the way you're going to build your team and your organizations. I've really enjoyed being here tonight. I hope that you've left with a little bit of an action plan to think about how to go tackle that project that you're on. This is my contact information. I'm happy to send you a one-pager worksheet that'll help you think through this if you'd like it, and it would be beneficial. I've got some business cards back there on the end. My name is Lisa Fay. My company is Attagirl, because I believe we ought to spend more time catching people doing things right than figuring out what's wrong with each other. Thanks, everybody.